If you tuned in to the last time we were live, I'm very sorry. We had some internet issues. We are back live on YouTube with MonsterCast once again. First, again, giant thank you to Dark Waters for everything he's done for us over the last few weeks. We are talking once again to our friend, the Vault Keeper, who has become a personal close friend of mine, and I appreciate everything he's done. I'm very sorry. So, here we go. Without any further ado, Bigfoot Bonanza, Episode 2. Vault, are you there? We had some internet issues. We are back live on YouTube. We are live and kicking, my friend. How are you tonight?
Doing great. Couldn't ask for anything better. Night's coming upon us, and the children of the night are getting ready to come out.
Yes, sir.
I consider myself a child of the night.
So, we hear you have a story for us.
Yes, I have a story that happened. I was going to put this on my channel, but I decided I'm going to share it with you. This happened actually to my uncle. Him and his best friend were in the woods, but in between their houses, putting a little fort. Well, my uncle's best friend had two older brothers, and they loved to mess with them, and they had been getting in trouble several times to scare the boys. Well, they're doing what boys usually do, beating and banging, and building a little fort. Well, my uncle looks up the hill and sees, they think at the time, a man standing behind the tree, about 100 yards away from him. And he looks at his best friend, which is Michael, and says, "Hey, I think that's one of your brothers that quit messing with us." He says, "He better not." Mom says he was going to blister him if he did. He had two older brothers, and they loved to mess with him, and they had been getting in trouble with this thing because he thinks it's his brother messing with him. And I'm going to tell Mom the whole 9 yards. This thing comes out from around a tree. He said it was bigger than the biggest man he'd ever seen. It was at least as wide as the tree, and it was breaking stuff and throwing stuff back at them and ran them back out of the woods.
Did anybody get any evidence from it?
Oh yes, when they came back in, they at first thought still that it was one of Michael's brothers still playing a trick on them. So they ran in to Michael's mom's house. He started screaming, "Mom, Mom!" Mike, that they're up there doing it again. She said, "Who?" He said their names. Excuse me, I stumbled there. He looks as he starts to tell her that both his brothers are sitting on the couch. And they come in and said, "Look, we didn't do nothing. Mom, I swear we didn't do anything." Well, they went in to tell him the whole story about someone being in the woods. Well, come to find out, Michael's dad had a moonshine still back in there. So the two brothers decided they'd get their stuff on, and you need to show us what this is, because they thought it was someone, a revenuer, or someone trying to go in and find the steel. They get up there, find tracks, find where something had broke over trees that were like 4 and 5 inches around, something that no human can do. They look at both of them and tell them, "Do not ever come back here again unless we're here." And then you hear this god-awful scream. He says, "Come way back off in the woods." They left. Their daddy steel was actually destroyed. Now, they don't know if it was destroyed by the revenuers or if it was destroyed by the spiritual, but mysteriously, all the corn mash was gone. It wasn't poured out, it's just gone. We're talking about a 55-gallon drum of corn mash, several hundred pounds. It's just gone. You don't cook that out.
That's a lot of corn mash.
Oh, I have heard that they are kind of attracted to corn mash. So that makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense that there's a lot of sightings in this area too. We have a lot of corn.
We do.
Everywhere.
Again, I'm very sorry about any technical difficulties that we might be having. I'm showing a frozen video, so if anybody out there is watching right now, Give me a shout out and let me know
And we do
if
see there are some people
the
watching.
video is showing up.
Hey,
Go ahead,
with
Vol.
everything else, when you grow, you have pains. That's the sign of growth.
Yes,
You'll
sir.
have a great show. You'll have great content. I like everything that y'all are doing. I'm talking about y'all are the first ones ever to do a live stream about Bigfoot. Everyone else wants to tape and monetize their stuff.
I'm happy to do this live. It's kind of our thing. We do it live. People pay attention.
And just so anybody that's wondering, yes, we are the MonsterCast boys, Rik and B. This is my MonsterCast girl, Danny. This is my fiance.
Hi.
She wanted to get in on the shot. So, in case you guys are wondering who the random girl is,
We talked a little bit about this earlier before the video feed dropped off. The video that came out, I believe it was on the 2nd of the in Idaho. I believe it was Idaho. The drone and the Bigfoot.
yes, that's what we were talking about when we died, I think.
Yeah, I think that's where we were when our stream went down. So if you can go back into what you feel.
I believe it to be a man. I believe that either that it is some kind of hoax or that it was either like a police surveillance, because it just doesn't hold up with things that I know about a Bigfoot, things that I know about how they act.
It doesn't hold up with things I know about animals in general.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like an animal. It looks like a
Exactly.
human.
An animal does not break cover like that, especially if it thinks that there's something up there after it.
Yeah. So I think we're all in agreement that it is not what it was put out to be. I don't personally think it was a Bigfoot. One of the other MonsterCast girls sent it in to me this morning while I was at work, and I didn't get a great chance to look at it because it was on my phone until I got over here. And getting it on a big screen like it was, it looks so much like a man running into the bush to me.
That's exact. And it was running down a road. Why would it be running down that road when there's cover right there? That didn't make sense to me.
That and why, if you look at the pan shot, as large as that area is, as open as it is, there's only a few little covers of wood there. Why would that drone be back there just to catch that at that time? That time?
And if you look at the video, the way I looked at the video, you can see that whatever that creature is, which obviously it's not a Bigfoot because the scale of it compared to the road is just not right.
Nope.
What about
I've seen these people personally. They're huge. That if for let's say for great chance that it was one, it would have to be an infant one.
Yeah. And if there was an infant one there, then obviously the parent would have been around.
Exactly. You would have seen more than one because they would have been throwing stuff at that drone. They perceive to be a threat. They don't just, well, the way they take care of threats is a threat. If it's dead, it cannot harm you.
Yeah. I do want to throw a quick thank you out to your librarian for letting me know that our audio and video are both good. Thank you very much. I mean, we look like us, so the video can't be that good.
I don't know. I think I look pretty
She's
good.
always around. Even when you don't think she's there, she's there.
She can creep on our channel. Hopefully everyone can creep on our channel because we keep it creepy. All right. What about that? The skull that Utah, I believe, was found in Utah. I know we touched on it a little bit, but our channel broke down there for a second. So what are your thoughts on that skull that was supposedly found?
I believe it to be some kind of rock. Because when he turns it, it loses all characteristics of any kind of skull.
Yeah, I agree. We live in a mountainous river area. We see a lot of very large river rocks.
I collect arrowheads. I'm in the river all the time. Yeah. So I haven't seen the video myself. I need to take a look at it. I'm sure I'll agree with you guys, though, if you're coming to the rock conclusion.
It's more of a picture than a video.
That's one of the things that drove me to y'all's channel and stuff. And when I was talking to Dark, I told him that y'all don't just take every little thing and say, you have to be skeptical because of that thing that's in this community. You get some people that think every little sound they go out is a Bigfoot. Every little mark is a Bigfoot. It's not like that. Some people go their whole lives and never find anything of one.
Oh, okay. He's showing me the picture right now as we speak.
I'm gonna bring it up on the YouTube channel because I have that ability now.
That is 100%.
Yeah, that's a rock. That's not a Bigfoot.
I mean, I don't even have to examine it.
Hold tight. I am messing with my computer, so you're gonna hear a lot of clicks.
And for those of you that don't know, I actually have a Native American Artifacts page with thousands of fans, and they message me constantly asking me, "Is this a rock or is this an artifact?" So this is something I do literally on a daily basis. Look at rocks.
So right there is the rock. I just popped it up on the video stream. It looks like a rock. That's a rock. That there's no question about it. You can see the gradation in it.
Skull-like about it.
I can see where they're showing right here.
There's a major thing that looks like a face.
Right here and here with.
Yeah, it's matrixing. The human brain is programmed
mouth.
to look for patterns.
I can see where somebody.
And that's what we're doing.
I can see where somebody without experience with skulls can look at this and be like, "Oh, that's a skull." Because, like I said, there's the mouth, there's the eyes, but that's a rock. That's 100% a rock. I'm going to see if I can find another picture.
Yeah, and I mean that's just not what a petrified skull looks like either.
Find the picture where they spin it around, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It loses all that characteristic.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, right here.
Well, that one shows.
There's this one too. Yeah, that's a rock. I just pulled it up. It's the
and
back
the other
side of
is
it.
Smooth.
Yeah, that's 100% a rock. I'm sorry to.
It's not even symmetrical.
I'm sorry to the man in Utah that may have found this and feels that it is a Bigfoot skull. That
we're not trying to bash you,
my friend. That is not a skull. That is a river rock.
It is a river rock. It is a tumbled, polished river rock,
and it's a beautiful rock. I mean,
it's kind of neat. I display it.
Yeah, but that's not a skull, my friend. I'm sorry.
It's a unique conversation piece. This is what it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
What y'all are doing now is exactly what we need more of. Even though you know that Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yaren, whatever you want to call it, exists, you have to be skeptical of whatever you find.
I 100% agree. And although I believe in a lot of things, I'm still, even the things I've seen with my own eyes, I still look for the evidence behind it. I can't take anything at face value. My ultimate goal is to prove these things scientifically.
And that's me too. I want to know, like, if you've listened to previous episodes with my black-eyed kids experience, I want to know what that was.
Or my demon experience. We want to know more.
Honestly, what I really want right now is to go by the Amityville house and spend a year in it investigating.
So if
I'm not even kidding.
Wants to be a rich benefactor and throw $1 million our way, you will watch us every day of the week investigating that house.
That's a dream right there.
Well, my thought on the black-eyed kids, I believe there to be some kind of demon. Because demons like to trick you. And the best way that they found to trick people is everyone has a soft spot for little kids. I don't care who you are.
That's why they usually sound like little girls laughing.
Yeah. And Brandon and I both, with him having his demon experience and me having this black-eyed kid, the way we explain the eyes, that complete emptiness, the complete nothingness.
It's a void.
They're one and the same. The eyes of his... Go ahead.
I don't know if I would classify it as a demon. I would classify it more as an element. I don't think he has a demon attached to him. I think he has more of an element.
I have a call coming in. Hold on, I'm going to switch over to this next call. Hello?
Hey, it's Dark Waters, guys. What's going on?
Hey, Dark. We are still on the line with Vault. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Are you guys live?
We
are.
hope we're live.
We've had reports that say we are.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, guys, go ahead and finish dealing with Vote. I'll give you guys a call back.
All right. Appreciate it, Dark. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Dark.
Hey, Vault, you there?
I'm here.
Sorry about that. Dark just called in.
He said he'll give us a call back in a little bit, though.
It's like a big happy family.
We're trying.
All right, so
That's the other thing. You never know where those waters are going to come from.
yeah, we're jumping off into the deep end at this point, though. Okay,
We're ready.
so we were looking at a few videos and stuff before we came on the air today, and you know who Survivorman is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you ever see the picture of the Survivorman Bigfoot? I'm going to try to bring it up.
It's actually a pretty interesting image.
I don't know if I've seen that or not. I know who you're talking about, but I don't know if I've seen the Survivorman.
We're gonna try and pull it up on the screen for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you'll see it.
I'm going to pull it up.
And to me, I mean, I know Survivorman, Les Stroud's, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
He's always out by himself with his camera equipment, and this is not something he saw or even knew what was there. Yeah. It just got picked up by a camera while he was doing something else turned around.
You know Geico's been around for over 75 years?
We now fast forward to the end of this Geico ad so you can get to your video faster.
Everyone has their life.
In the remote foothills of Alberta, Canada, working my way through the woodlands with Todd standing.
I'm watching this video right now on my computer while we're doing this. Hopefully,
unlike unicorns and
the video
fairies,
that we found
Bigfoot was said to scream alone.
Yeah,
but I'm
we'll try
not
to find it, and then we'll
come into view and trails,
freeze it.
warning footprints, and hair samples.
Not really smell.
you can.
Excellent. Yep.
It's like from your. It's not burn.
These dreams have come up with Bigfoot demands that we've reached out to a lot of other people.
So let's say hair big some hair, large hair, long hair. The scalp hair. It's a pretty large piece of.
I have thought quite a bit more.
It's been easier to find.
Yeah, a lot
the last
easier
few
to find.
days,
Big chunk like that. That's
when we went to look today, it was already popping up in my recommended.
also
Never pop up.
overhang.
Yeah, normally it's Blasphemous HD.
It's Blasphemous HD's comedy or it's paranormal video.
That's you guys. It's Dark
Yeah,
Waters.
so when we're seeing
Small
Bigfoot
animal
pop
cave,
up,
it was very curious.
Big
piece of scat.
You're absolutely correct.
Take that back and get it tested. It'll probably prove out to be bear.
I'm scrolling through this video.
And the sad part to me is, if they would credit the Bonanza, this was Dark's idea. He's the brainchild. He was baby from the beginning. If they would give Bigfoot Bonanza the hashtag and the credit, he would be trending.
And like I said, it's
I fully agree. I mean, and a lot of it, like, I see these Bigfoot investigators are not, and people, these other Bigfoot channels are not embracing this, but, I mean, I believe they're afraid of somebody new coming out and grasping onto it. And I'm not throwing names out there, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. This Bigfoot Bonanza, which we're trying to take over the world with, this was Dark Water's brainchild.
And I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're worried about somebody coming in and taking reins and running with it, I mean, we're going to do it. So, no worries there. We're already doing it. So you might as well give credit where credit's due.
Whatever it is, if it exists. And what is that here? What can it be?
I agree.
With hair and feces samples collected, I make my way back down the hill, and suddenly I'm stopped in my tracks by what is becoming a familiar sound.
Okay.
And
There we have
never again.
I've been
No.
that type of person.
Probably too much noise and too
my
much
whole life.
action to
If I've got
have caught.
opinions,
There's a camera on my
everybody's
back
gonna
that's
know
recording right now, but
right.
I think
I'm
this
not
camera
always
on,
right,
as
but
we're
that's
coming
how
down the hill from the rock,
you know.
I heard
That's why MonsterCast will be
kind of like that, a little bit lower in pitch,
successful. That's the reason why
which, sure, could be anything, but it's the same hoop thing.
Because they either think it's too complicated or they
Too
can't
much
control
work.
what someone else
There it
wants
is.
to say.
Oh, we love this stuff.
And we try something new every week, it seems like. We're doing something else. We're not, I wouldn't call us pushing the envelope yet. We don't have the numbers to say we're pushing the envelope, but we kind of are, in a way, pushing the envelope. Nobody else is doing exactly what we're doing.
In a month, we've gained 111 the last time I looked. Amazing subscribers on YouTube to our videos. All kinds of comments. I'm pushing to reach 500 followers on Twitter. Brandon's up near 1,000 right now.
Just in the last few weeks. It's been 4 or 5 weeks.
And a lot of that is coming to me from...
It just came to my attention from the librarian. She says no one else can hear what we're saying. Everything's coming across as music. It's blaring music.
It's blaring music?
Yes, blaring music.
What?
A commercial kicked in and now music.
I don't have any music playing.
Yeah, we don't have any music playing. What is going on? That's why our...
She's got two other monitors going and everything is same thing.
I wonder if that's
I
why...
just wanted to let you know she came to my office and told me.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why the frame rate's dropping.
Frame rate's dropping because I keep messing around on YouTube.
No, I don't think so. Our internet isn't super fast, but it should be super fast enough for this.
Yeah, was it... Maybe it was because I was bringing up a video... Go ahead.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, we were trying to find a video.
But y'all have a great show. Y'all have a great concept and a great idea.
Okay. Have her let us know if we're back on, if she can hear us. Because I found the video I was looking for and I just muted it. So
Right, and thank you,
yes,
by
thank
the way,
you
because
so much.
we'll never get tired of hearing that, obviously. That's why we do it. We want people to enjoy it. And we want to get the truth out there. So it's not just wanting people to enjoy it. You know, we want people to know the truth.
I'm refreshing again, and I've got just take the money up there and refresh. Here,
Do you hear this?
Go ahead.
see, it's going in and out. I have to refresh.
Okay.
It's going in and out, and she keeps having to refresh.
That sounds awful strange.
What is that? That's nothing that we're doing on this end.
I think you got it fixed.
Yeah, I'm not playing anything. Like
there's nothing.
There's no sound playing right now or anything.
You may have had some malware come in on one of those videos that you were looking at.
I need a new computer.
Me too.
E3.
I don't even think we turned monetization on in the video either. So it shouldn't.
And like I can't hear us because I have my speakers muted. But I can see us.
Do you have another computer or cell phone that you can use to monitor with live while you're there?
The only thing is my phone that we're on right now.
I mean, we have another phone. Hold on, let me... Well, I don't hold on. I mean, you guys keep talking, but I will pull that up.
No problem. I've run into several situations where, look, when you run a vault like I do, and I said it sounds funny, but that's what this thing's called. There's files. I have minions working, putting things on from paper to typing to recording to...
All right.
If you give me a little while, if you have something you want to know about, you give me just a little while. I can pull up a case on it, or I can give you some information on it. That's how I got the nickname the Vault Keeper, because
And we'll be utilizing you a lot. Because there's a lot of things that we're going to be delving into. Actually, I talked to Rik about it a little earlier. I kind of want to do a time traveler episode too, because that delves into not only the paranormal right now, because we don't have time travel, but also science, and I think that would be a real interesting topic for people.
Okay, I did.
Never really thought about it, but I've heard about it, especially with the fight scene where I forgot who it was fighting. There's a guy in the background that is holding a smartphone, and this was back before, about 20 years before smartphones were invented.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen some that go back to the 30s Charlie Chaplin movie that nobody noticed. It looks like a woman talking on a cell phone until 2010 when the special features came out to this old black and white movie.
Okay, I did find the video I've been looking for. Hopefully our audio feed is back up. I'm gonna spend the next week working on ways to make this better.
Because we're probably going to be doing this fairly often, even not just the MonsterCast. We plan on doing a weekend review for news, paranormal news. So we'll be doing this a lot. We will get the bugs worked out.
We're gonna work on more news and stuff like that.
The way I look at it, y'all are not just MonsterCast. Y'all are the innovators of the YouTube horror genre. I'm talking about y'all are good trying things. You're not scared to get out of the box to do stuff. That's why you're going to be successful.
All right, I'm gonna play this video real quick.
And I just want to say, you're such a good self-esteem booster.
We appreciate it, Vault. Like I said,
really
you are. I consider you a friend of mine now. We've talked a few times, and I'm sure we'll talk plenty more.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna play this video.
I don't have very many of those above ground.
Yeah. I mean, that's not funny, but it was a funny comment.
I will link this video in the description. Just by the way, I don't want anybody to think I'm taking their hits. I will link the video in the description.
Yeah, please support the original.
It is Bigfoot Encounters on YouTube. Here, I'm going to pause it right here. You can look right here if you can see where my mouse is going.
Now, there's probably a little bit of a lag, so you guys may not see it right away.
So this is.
I see it already.
Yeah, you see it right there, and you can tell it's.
Oh, I'm turning this down, so.
Hey, we're back.
You know what is funny?
Yeah, we're monitoring.
Funny?
What's that?
The librarian went on a little hike, I would say, for me to go collect some evidence not too long ago. She has something similar to that in her archives right now that she took herself.
Really?
Nice. I am going to continue playing this video.
Some people would call that a blob squatch, but there's the thing about it that doesn't make it a blob squatch is look at the coloration between everything else. You can look through the whole video. There's nothing else that is the same color as this. It's not a stump because the stumps in the foreground are a different color.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this done for her so we can monitor the video.
Yeah, we're trying to monitor our video, make sure we're live still.
So don't laugh at me, anyone.
I paused it again. Right there, you can see it. You can see the shoulders. You can see the elongated head. There's discoloration.
I can see the forehead.
Yep. The discoloration right in there. They're gonna zoom in on the next go through. See, they're gonna close in on it. Like I said, I will. There it is, right there. It's a lot closer. You can tell that it's not something that's supposed to be there.
It looks like something's sitting there watching him go about his business.
And this is the same thing I did with the picture that we released of that Dark sent me of yours. I enhanced it.
You can see the two hands.
Where? On your picture or on this one?
On this picture right here, I can see the two hands. I can see the face. And that's one thing that most people don't talk about is
right
the
there.
chest area.
Yep.
It is hairy, but if you can actually see skin
Yep.
on the chest, on about the midsection of the chest on every one of them I've ever run into.
I mean,
we are seeing that, yeah.
That is perfect. Right there, the elongated head. You can see it right there. You can watch my mouse going to where it is. To me, it looks like it's crouching down, watching Les. And you got to think about it. When Les Stroud goes out and does his Survivorman episodes, he's alone. He doesn't have a camera crew. It's just him.
Yeah, so he's setting up stationary cameras to film him in all different angles. He never knows what he's going to get.
I think they zoom in one more time.
The one thing that they can't say is that belongs right there.
Yeah, that's
and whatever.
And the fact of the matter,
it does not belong there.
And the fact of
nothing else in the surrounding area matches it.
Exactly. And yeah, what were you gonna say, Rick?
The fact of the matter is, I'm gonna get that off of here. Hi, I'm back. The fact of the matter is that it's not pixelated. It wasn't added in.
Right.
By producers or graphic design artists. You can tell it belongs there. And that's where I was going when I said I was looking at your picture.
And honestly, Les is the most sincere dude I think there is on any of the survival shows.
He really is.
He's just a very sincere man. I don't think he'd lie about something like that
and
put it out.
It's along the same lines as I was talking about the photo that Dark sent me. I believe it was yours, where I enhanced it and I looked into it and I zoomed in and I messed with the contrast, and you can see it there. There is no doubt in my mind there's something there.
And you know, now that I see this one, the face on that one is very similar to what we're seeing in that cave. Which tells me that they're matching.
That picture was actually took by me.
Okay.
Just out on the nature hike.
I'm actually about.
I never saw the animal. I heard something in that general area and just decided to take a picture.
Okay, I am about to actually.
Go ahead.
I'm about to bring your photo up on the live stream because I have it on the computer. So, here. This is the photo we are discussing right here. I'm going to move it to the other side of my head.
And this is something we can't normally do for you guys. So this is, I mean, we do have some problems, but this is one of the great things about doing this live.
As soon as we're done looking at this one, I'm going to bring up the zoomed in version that I did. You can see the face right there. It's right there.
You just wait till all the problems leave and watch what's going to happen. Like I said, this is an innovative thing that you are doing.
Hopefully people...
I appreciate you doing this.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on here, talking with us for the last 2 weeks. Once you're back from your investigations, I plan on doing an entire episode with just you, where we will touch on...
I don't know if I'm worthy of that or not.
Where we touch on whatever you want to talk about. I mean, we have a lot of varied interests.
The librarian is breaking into some of her stuff we talked over, because there's a lot of things out there, paranormal and witchcraft and stuff, that I've been seeing come across a lot of other people's stuff that they want to talk about. Witchcraft is all satanic.
It's not.
First thing is, witches do not believe in the devil. So how can they be satanic?
Exactly. I mean, they don't believe in the devil.
It's all the false information that's on several people's channels that have recently come out that has made the librarian kind of upset.
Well,
and so she's going to start shedding some light from like I said, she's a high priestess. You know, let me tell you, she knows her stuff, and she's not one you want to cross.
Well, if the librarian ever gets comfortable enough to come on and talk with us, we will have her. We aren't gonna berate her. Like, I believe in the forces of nature. I believe in that. I understand it. I've seen it.
I used to collect old leather-bound occult books that are hundreds of years old. I've delved into every single religion there is. Every religion, every occult practice.
That's where most people messed up.
I have a few books.
You did something that is very unique. That like my librarian, she didn't just practice her religion to understand where all things come from. She has studied everything from the Christian Bible, the King James Bible, the Quran, Buddhist scripts, you name it. She studied it. Not only that, she can pull off from her shelf and quote pieces out of each one.
Yeah, I mean, and that's you were telling me a little bit when we talked personally the other day about stuff that she has that very much interests me. I haven't had a chance to talk to Brandon about any of this stuff yet because I've been working and haven't been here. We're gonna go back into this picture real quick. Like I said, I'm gonna bring in the cropped one here in a second. But if you can see it, because it's your picture, so you know what you're looking at. But
I caught it right away, even though I didn't know what it was at first. I did see it almost instantly. I said, "Oh yeah, it's right there." I mean, it's fairly obvious to me that it's there.
I previously sent this to a couple of my friends that have nothing to do with MonsterCast, or whatever we're gonna be calling this show after this. And she spotted it right away, right off the bat. She took the picture and outlined what she saw, and I'm like, there it is. So, right there, I'm zoomed in a little bit. I'm going to bring up the other one that I cropped down, but you can see it clear as day. I mean, there's no question.
And for those of you who didn't hear it, the vault keeper himself took this photo. So we know it comes from a reliable source. We're talking to the source.
Okay,
I was on a separate investigation that had nothing to do with Bigfoot when I found this. Like I heard a noise and took a picture in that general direction of where I heard the noise up towards where this cave is.
Yeah.
Now, I had no idea, but if you look, there's a freshly turned over tree.
Yeah, I'll bring up that other picture in a second. And this is the one I just brought up is the one I cropped down, zoomed in, and lightened up the color, and you can even see it even better here.
Oh yeah, it's much more visible there. Now I can see the parts that I was whining were missing before. Yeah. Because before I was like, well, I don't see any roundness of the head. I don't see where the fur turns into cave. And I'm an artist. I do tattoos, so I look for those things. But now that the contrast is up, you can see all of the stuff that was missing in the original picture.
You can definitely tell the difference in the darkness of the cave and then the color of the hair.
You can, absolutely.
And when I first got this picture, the first thing I did was I zoomed in really close to look at the pixelation, to see if the pixelation in the picture of the beast there was the same as the pixelation in another dark area on the picture, and it matched. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a legitimate picture.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I said. Brandon and I kind of got in an argument when I first showed him it right off the bat.
Because at first I was like, nope. But, I mean, and that's nothing against anybody either. I'm always very skeptical when it comes to photographic evidence until I look at it more. But at first, 95% of the time, I say nope.
But that is good thing to have. Don't automatically take anything someone gives you for granted as evidence. That is a good sign of an investigator. Always double check. I don't care what I'm seeing. I'm going to go check for myself, just as Darkwater used to do. And the one thing, though, that I learned from him very on before I started my channel is do not where you do this stuff at, because you have fanatics and crazies that will go out there and get themselves into trouble.
That's something we've kind of touched on with him as well.
I'm bringing I'm bringing up the original photograph that you sent, that I got from Dark, unedited.
So everybody can see it.
So here. This is the original photograph we're looking at.
And there's the tree, and that's something else. Until you pointed that out, Bolt, I didn't notice that.
This tree right
but
here.
But it is. That tree is torn right down.
It's uprooted. There's the roots.
And there's not any other trees.
Look how far up the dirt went.
If something that had to damage that tree that size would have damaged other trees.
Yeah, it wasn't a storm.
That's the reason why I said looking up there, seeing that, I just took a picture. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I took a picture.
And even in this...
Everything it took with a cell phone, that's another thing. I'm sorry about the quality. like I said, I wasn't actually looking for Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever name you want to call this. I was not looking for this. I was actually looking for something else.
Now, you see, personally, I love that it's a cell phone picture because that's so much easier for me to examine and say, all right, this picture is genuine or it isn't. Cell phone pictures there's less to them. There's not as much to look at when you start getting into layers and stuff. So I can tell you, it's a genuine photograph.
And even on this altered picture, or the unaltered picture, I'm sorry, slip of the tongue. This picture is unaltered from the original one that was sent to me a week ago, a little over a week ago. You can see it clear as day right there. As soon as I opened the picture from Dark, It was instant. I saw it. I knew what it was.
And that's something,
Well,
even me being a skeptic, I found.
I didn't know what it was, but I knew that there was something there. And it took a little bit of Photoshop, not Photoshopping, but editing the contrast and the saturation and zooming in to...
I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff with dark. There's something else that y'all don't know that goes with this picture.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not too long after I took this picture, I found foot tracks.
Did you? Did you?
Oh, yes, and I took pictures. I have a wallet that, one of the wallets that look like a, what do you call it, a bank book?
Yeah.
Checkbook wallet?
Yeah.
Yep.
The long ones? The wallet itself is 9 inches. I measured it. I laid it down beside it. The track is just a little longer on both ends, but it's the same width as the wallet.
That's interesting.
Dark has those pictures. Matter of fact, I'm looking at one of them right now.
All right, I'm gonna have Dark send me those so I can look at them.
Yeah, we definitely like to see those because we've found tracks ourselves.
Yeah, we have.
That's the one thing I said before anybody wanted to discredit or whatever. I said there are tracks that were further down the trail from where I was. Where I'm at is in the middle of nowhere. For someone to crawl up in this cave to be there when I was there, first they would have to know when I was there. And that's something I don't divulge. The librarian don't even have the time to know where I'm at.
I zoomed in on the original picture again, and like I said, you can see how the difference is in that darkness. And like I was saying before, you go there, and there's another dark area that I was at that was right over here. That you can tell that the darkness in the cave and everything is exactly the same,
except for there.
Except for right there,
which is where the light's reflecting off something.
Yep.
Yes, and for the light to reflect, it has to reflect off something.
Exactly, and it's got to be something close to the front of that cave, because once you get in the back, it is pitch.
One thing that people are going to realize about us is we are not going to come out and say, this is real just by having something. We're going to look into it. We're going to delve deeper.
We'll never give you anything that we believe is false, but we're just not.
If I didn't believe this was a legitimate picture, I would have said something.
And we would not be showing it.
Yeah, I would have showed it.
We wouldn't be showing it in the way we're showing it. And explaining
why I thought it was a non-legitimate picture. But I firmly believe this is a legitimate picture. There is a creature in that picture.
In that cave. Yeah, and it's so visible, you can't miss it.
Yeah, and it's not a bear. I can tell you that right now. We have bears here. That's not a bear.
No, because the area I'm in, there are no reported bears.
Yeah, so...
Right.
I don't want to... The state I'm in, there are no reported bears. If you go on the National Wildlife Record site, there's not been ever a recorded bear in that area.
So, like I said, I believe that's a legitimate picture. One more question before we get off with you and bring Dark Waters on. The Gimli footage. The Gimli footage.
Patterson Gimli.
What are your thoughts?
I believe it to be real, because what most people don't know is I've researched a little into that. There were actually more than just that creature there that day. There were actually 3 more. The reason why they didn't pursue it is because they didn't know what the other ones, that they had actually started acting a little aggressive. That's the reason why they had backed off.
Yeah, so,
I myself, I believe it's probably the best video evidence we have of an actual Bigfoot.
Well, for someone to hoax it, they would have to have seen one in real life. And if that was a hoax, they should have went into Hollywood, because at the time, Hollywood couldn't even produce heat.
Now, you had the makeup effects artist on Planet of the Apes said that he couldn't have done that. And he was an award-winning makeup artist at the time. And he couldn't have done it. Not with all the money in the world.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I said, regardless of the best pictures, footprints, until someone sees one for themselves, you can't make them believe. That's the whole thing. That's the other thing I like about y'all is I'm not out to try to make anybody believe anything. I know what I've investigated, and if I come across something that is real, I'll tell you. If I think it's a hoax, if I hurt your feelings, I will really hurt your feelings to tell you it's a hoax.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I'm not gonna BS anybody about anything. What do we have to gain from?
I'm not here to
playing
make
that
you
game?
happy. I'm here to show the world what is out there and what isn't. You know, and that's how we are as well.
Look at how many people that had successful, I'm gonna say YouTube careers, podcasting careers, that got tied to a known hoax. Now look at them.
Yeah, I mean, and what do we have to gain from hoaxing people, BSing people, lying to people? Nothing.
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 Yeah, I mean, we have everything to lose.
We're literally a couple of nobodies from the backwoods of Pennsylvania.
And the strange fact is that people say, well, you're hoaxing because of this, that. You actually have nothing to gain from putting out real evidence because you're always going to have someone that wants to discredit it.
Exactly.
The only thing you're doing is wanting to tell your story, wanting to tell other people's story, to get the truth out there. That's what I love about Darkwater. It's not about the ratings, the money. If you've got 10,000 subscribers and I've got 50 subscribers, if he thinks you're credible, he thinks you're a good person, and you've got something honestly to put out there, he's going to help you.
When I reached out to Dark Waters, I caught him on another show. I followed him on Twitter, and I asked him, I was like, hey, we are a new podcast. We are looking for a guest. We can talk about Dogman if you want to. Would you like to be on our show? He hit me back almost instantly. Was like, I would love to. It doesn't matter if you guys are new. I'm willing to do it. Since that time, he has taken us under his wing, and I guarantee 90% of our subscribers on YouTube have come from Dark Waters.
And we're not complaining, you know, because it's great to have somebody that's already done it show us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The subscribers that I have, and I'm thankful for every one of them.
Us too.
G, all those, especially, I'm talking about y'all, the Dark Waters, several of them. Extremes, I'm appreciative of. I didn't start out to do it for the subscribers. The only reason why I started my channel is because Dark Waters encouraged me to, because, like I said, when we got to talking, I contacted him on another story that I was researching. We got to talking, became pretty good friends, and he realized the stuff that I had. He's like, the world needs this. And that's the only reason. That's the reason why I reached out to y'all. Like I said, he said, y'all are a good bunch of guys. Y'all were trying to get started. I said, the subscribers, I love and thank every one of them. But I do this because it's my enjoyment. It's the way you give back to humanity.
Brandon and I have loved paranormal forever. And that's part of why we became friends so long ago. So us and we love talking for some reason.
I'm good at it. I talk a lot.
And I am absolutely obsessed with the supernatural.
So
well, y'all have the perfect group. You got the perfect content. You got the perfect two radio spokespeople that can be out there because of the way you go about things. And now you have the pretty ladies. So you have the entourage of everything.
I wouldn't be happy as I am if I didn't have this pretty lady.
We got one pretty lady. I'm just sitting here by myself. Anyways.
I never have a problem with pretty ladies, but
it's Rick, the habitual third wheel up in this joint. All right, Vault.
Hey, I can always go out back and dig you up if they.
Hey, dead girls don't say no. Just saying.
Oh, that got dark.
Oh, this is what happens when we're live.
And
all right,
alone.
Vault. I'm gonna get ready to have Dark on. So say your final words. Plug your YouTube channel. Again, we will put you in our description.
We're gonna link you.
Always do.
What I'm going to say is that I plug them all self. Everyone look for the Bigfoot Bonanza because MonsterCast Boys, Dark Waters, the Vault of Nightmares, Extremes, you're going to find, you never know where you're going to find something, but I guarantee you'll be entertained.
He'll definitely be entertained with us around, I'll tell you that.
And people got to remember, I mean, we're all in this Bigfoot bonanza together. Check everybody out. Support everybody. Don't just support us. Don't just support Vault. Don't just support Dark. Don't just support Extremes.
We're kind of a family right now.
Yes.
That's what I consider us. We're kind of a family. We're doing this together. If it wasn't for Dark Waters, we wouldn't have this family. So this is who we are now. Exactly. This is what we're going to do.
He's kind of like the big glue that holds us together. You know, that muddy waters just sticks to you.
Yeah. I can't even deny that. I can't even. All right, Vault. Once again, it was great having you on this week. We will do it again after your investigation.
It was enjoyment for me. I had fun. And to everyone, good night.
Good night. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everybody. That was the Vault Keeper from the Vault of Nightmares YouTube channel. Again, kind of a friend of mine. We've made it through all this Bigfoot Bonanza stuff. He's a good guy. Sub to his channel if you don't already.
Please check him out.
And
he's legitimate.
Look at this. We got a caller. I know who the caller is. Dark Waters is on the line. I think. There you are.
What's going on, man?
Go ahead, Dark. We're trying. My phone's being quiet.
You are super quiet.
Okay, let's try. You there? No, we just got off with him. Hey, I'm going to drop you a message on Twitter, give you my actual number. So, because this app I'm using right now is not working. So I'm just going to give you my regular number. Call me on that, okay? Okay, hold on just a second. Technical difficulties. It's how we roll, people.
I mean, if you don't like technical difficulties, you don't like the MonsterCast, boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of how we do things. Every week we have something going wrong.
But every week we're trying something new, to be fair.
Exactly. Wow, I have a lot of pop-ups.
And, I mean, to all of you watching right now, that's to your advantage. Eventually this show will be super polished, and we're not going away. So you're going to see a lot of us. And the more kinks we work out, the more we can give to the community as a whole.
All right. Just waiting for Dark to call back in. He's going to call my actual phone number. He needs it anyways. So, always love having Vault of Nightmares on here. He is a great guy. He knows his stuff. I've had lots of conversations with him. Real long conversation the other day when I was at work. So,
and him and I started getting acquainted today a little bit.
So. Yeah, we had a short conversation before we went on the air today. So, oh, I got another call coming in. There he is. Dark, are you there?
Yeah, I'm back. That sounds a lot better, too.
It definitely does. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I was watching you guys review that evidence. I think it's interesting, man. I had so many people say that they could not see that face in that cave, but to me it was extremely obvious that there was something there. And if a person had it on their cell phone and they were in a dark room and they literally zoomed in on that original picture in a dark room, you can actually see an eyeball, you can see the bridge of the nose, you can see a chin, you can see a mouth, and you can start to see the other side of an eye. You can't see the actual eye.
You can even see the roundness of the cheek.
Yeah, like Brandon was just saying, you can kind of see the roundness of its cheek around the end.
You can see where it's lighter and then darker. You can see where the cheek curves, which is pretty good if you ask me.
No, it's a very compelling piece of evidence. And, you know, I wanted to talk with you guys about that, you know, about what I'm experiencing and what I'm seeing in the Bigfoot community. I'm very excited about what we're doing, and I'm working diligently to release my next story tomorrow. It's going to be epic, because the first story was kind of just something to get the ball rolling, but these stories that are coming next are really, really, really good. One is about a firefighter who, not a firefighter, but a guy who's a contractor who got caught in a wildfire, and Bigfoot actually helped him get out of the wildfire that was spreading. That was one of the craziest stories that I've had from a witness account.
Yeah.
And then there's another story about a gentleman saw Sasquatch, the YouTuber?
No. I saw the video that you posted the other day. I believe it was on the Facebook group. But I didn't get a chance to go through and watch it because
it's something we'll have to check out. We haven't had a lot of time to prepare together this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been working.
And that's fine. That's life, man. That's how it goes. Well, this gentleman was one of the people that I reached out to prior to starting the Bigfoot Bonanza, and it was weird that he didn't reach back out to me, but then his video comes out, and he's talking about how he's done with sharing information about Bigfoot. And what I find to be interesting is the people who actually know how to track and find Bigfoot, the ones who know how to find them, they always tell you that it's not hard. They're not hard to find. They're very easy to find if you know the signs. They're very, very easy to find. And then those people come under this amazing amount of scrutiny just in the community. And that gentleman who I really believe he has the look to be a star. He looks like someone who needs to have his own TV show. He's extremely personable. He communicates very well. He just seems like a balloon being deflated too early, because it's sad to see that he's kind of decided that he's not going to post much more stuff because of the crazies that are going to the spots where he goes and those things. And I've had people tell me, hey, don't worry, you should put more information about who you are and do a face reveal. And that's just an example of why I'm so cautious with a lot of stuff and why I kind of whitewash the locations now of these stories and the things that are going on. It's because there's two sides of the communities. Dogman, Bigfoot, those stories. There's a side of the community that wants to just enjoy it for entertainment, right?
Right.
And there's a side of the community that gets obsessive behind it. They want to go out and find it and kill it. And
I don't want to kill anything.
Yeah, we don't want to kill it. We just want to maybe put it to sleep and put a tracker in it.
Oh no, and that's if you're gonna put a tracker in it or whatever, that's fine. But there's a line that has to be drawn.
Yeah.
For creators, and for a creator like yourself, I think he didn't draw the line early enough to where people started stalking him and his family, posting pictures of his family on Facebook, and
we don't want that.
Other stuff. And it's just sad that happened to that man, because he really did. If you watch his videos, I mean, everything that the vault keeper talks about, he points out the exact same things, the same terminology, the same phrases. Hey, it's not hard to find them. This is how you find them.
Something like this actually happened in our area over the last week. We have a paranormal investigating group that we will have on the show later on further episodes after Bigfoot Bonanza is over. And they were going to go up to a cemetery that Brandon and I have frequented. We actually told a story about it. And people got up in arms and were threatening violence against these people.
And they were threatening to destroy stuff at the cemetery and blame it on them, destruction of public property. Stuff like that.
I firmly believe in not, if Brandon and I are going to go out and investigate something, we're not going to tell you people where we're at.
No, absolutely
not.
No
offense
we're
to
go get
any
our
of you.
Yeah, and it's insane because it's sad that it has to be that way, but there's a certain level of responsibility that you have to have. You have to be responsible to yourself, number one. You have to be responsible to whatever it is that you're investigating, number two. And then there's a responsibility that you have to take upon yourself for the public, because there's some people in the public who will take this and run with it and put themselves in danger.
Yeah.
And it's just a sad thing, but that is the state of what we're doing and the risks that are associated with it. So I think you guys did a wonderful job of analyzing the information and the pictures. I didn't know you guys were going to do that tonight. That's great. I was hoping we would get to that, because that is some good evidence. The tree was down in front of the cave.
Yep.
You can see where it was pushed over by the roots. The roots were fresh.
Yep.
Almost as if someone was trying to block access to that particular cave.
Exactly.
And then there's a face there. There really is a face that's just sitting there.
It is.
And then when you zoom out and you see how far the picture was taken away from the area, it wasn't, in order for that face to be that big, it has to be a massive creature.
Yeah.
There has to be something massive in order for it to be that big from that distance, for the camera to catch it at that distance. So I just think it's a great piece of evidence. And it's just one of many that we have. We'll probably rule out the footprint, which, people are going to be skeptic either way it goes.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited about the Bigfoot bonanza.
We can't do what we do without skeptics. We really can't.
There'd be no reason to if there weren't skeptics.
And part of all of us, both of us, are skeptics in one way or another. We don't believe absolutely everything we see.
I'm skeptical about things I've seen myself in person. You know, so you got to keep a healthy level of skepticism. You have to, but at the same time, you can't dismiss everything out of hand and bash everybody either.
Yeah.
You got to examine the evidence.
And Vault did tell us that you have some pictures of some footprints from that same area.
Yeah, I have those pictures.
If you want to send them to me so I can look at them, you have my email address. Go ahead and send them to me, or text them to me on my phone because you have that now too.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely send them over so you guys can take a look at them. It's interesting, man, because when I think about Bigfoot and Sasquatch and me being from the city, there's a slim chance that I will ever see one of these things, and I'm not going looking for them, so I probably will never run into them. But as I talk to more and more people, especially as the Bigfoot bonanza goes on, I got about 10 people that I haven't spoken to yet who have stories that they want to share with me. But each time I touch bases with one person, the encounters are so drastically different, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them, the Bigfoot is a blessing because it helps them and gets them out of trouble. And the other one is almost like it's just reacting territorially and saying, hey, you're in my area and I want you out of here. So it's definitely some variance in the personalities and the encounters that people have with Bigfoot. And I really think it's an interesting thing. It really, really is an interesting thing. And just to announce on you guys' show, I'm moving forward. We're trying to get some celebrities to read, some celebrities from the Bigfoot community to read some of the stories on my next one. I think Wes Garmer has committed to reading a story and allowing me to bring one of the stories to life using his voice. I'm working on Dave Schrader's Bigfoot or Dogman encounter. I don't know which one it was. He still doesn't know which one it was, but he told that live on Coast to Coast AM, and I spoke with him, and he gave me his blessing to recreate that. So a part of the Bigfoot bonanza is going to be hearing some voices from some of the more popular people in the community as they're reading stories, and I bring them to life. So there's some beautiful, wonderful things that are going on.
Yeah.
And then there'll be some subscribers, some of the Dog Waters family members who are reading. I got about 3 of those guys lined up to read. And of course, Michelle Nestor, who was the very first person that ever did anything with me on the channel. She wasn't even she was a subscriber. She wasn't even a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And that's why I love my subscribers so much, because the Dog Waters family really is what makes this work. They make it work, not me. Like I said on Facebook, you know, I'm the tip of the sword, but you guys are the sword itself. And I'm just the tip. I'm a person who has the ability to really articulate and share these stories, but the stories come from everyone else, and the stories and the support comes from everyone that's a part of the family.
Exactly.
I think it's just a wonderful thing. It really is a wonderful concept.
And we honestly feel like part of the Dark Waters family at this time. You've taken us so far already, and I know we have some stuff to work out with some other stuff that's going on. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that right now, but we're working on stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Well, what I was saying is this: I think that one of the missing components. I'm not gonna say that because then somebody's gonna do it, so I'm not gonna share that. You guys know, but I'm not gonna.
We know. We'll talk. It's gonna be a surprise.
We'll talk.
I got some people who are already trying to imitate some of the things that I'm doing. It's good because imitation is a great form of flattery. But,
absolutely.
But you know, if you let the cats out of the bag too early, then you have some other problems. So we'll hold on to that.
Yeah, we'll iron that out soon.
Now, I do want to announce that one of the set of stories. You guys heard the Siege of Lockett Ranch.
Yes.
There was a section of the story where I touched on this, where there was this battle between Dogman and Bigfoot that was instigated by the Chickasaw Indians, and I forgot the other name of the Indian tribe, but it was instigated by those 2 tribes in order to try and run the Dogman out. That is one of the stories that I'm working on now. I'm taking my time with it because I'm having to reach back out and hold conversation with Ed Lockett, and he's trying to get me in contact with someone who can get me some more of the details on it. It's a very, very difficult story to do. That's why I just only touched on it, because it happened so long ago.
Yeah.
And I it's possible. This is a touchy, but I think when it's done, it's going to be historic in nature when it's done. And so far, it's sounding pretty good, and it's coming along pretty good, but there's just some gaps that need to be filled in, and I haven't had the conversations I need to fill in those gaps. So that's something else people will be looking forward to, is circling back to that section of the Siege of Lock and Ranch story and pulling that out and individually doing something on that, because there are stories of Bigfoot and dogmen clashing. There are stories in recent times of them clashing. And then some of the other things we're going to touch on, like the Ohio Grassman. I have some stories about the Ohio Grassman, some people I talked to in Ohio. I have a few stories from Ohio that deal with these autistic children who had encounters with Bigfoot. One got lost, and Bigfoot actually brought the kid all the way back home. And the kid just said, "Hey, the furry man brought me back to town." But this kid was autistic and drew a picture of the furry man. I think I still have those drawings. So we're really going to open up some cans of worms with Bigfoot, and it's going to be exciting. It really is going to be exciting.
We're looking forward to it. We're going to do one more week of Bigfoot Bonanza here on MonsterCast. We're going to do next week with it as well. And then after that, I think we're going to switch gears a little bit and start talking about some other things again. We will touch back on Bigfoot, but we do want to do an entire episode with you, Dark, because we got a lot to say to you.
Sounds good. I mean, that sounds good. You want to say you want to do an entire episode? That's cool. You want to do your next one? I can block out the time and we do an entire episode.
No, we definitely want to do an entire episode because we want to get more spread out a little more than Bigfoot and Dogman right now. So see how your feelings are on, like, maybe the Black-Eyed Kids again, or some of these other things that may be happening in the world.
I had talked about time travelers.
Yeah, time traveling, stuff like that. So we're kind of touching on everything. So one more week of the Bigfoot Bonanza from us. We will still be posting videos, pictures, anything we get, we will post.
Absolutely. And we'll be examining it still and going over it. Yeah.
Any evidence that anybody has, you can send us. I'm not going to give out your name. I'm not going to give out your email address. You can DM me on Twitter, and I will respond with anything you have to say. And if you want us to pass it on to Dark or pass it on to Volt, we will do that.
No, that sounds awesome. And just time travel, let's touch on something that I've been holding on to, and we'll touch on a little bit of it real quick. And I don't know if this would be considered time travel. I mean, it's definitely not considered time travel, but it's definitely considered lost time and gaps of time. I don't know if that's associated with, like, alien abductions or what's going on, but I have a number of stories from people who were in the French Quarters in New Orleans, who were hanging out, talking to people, and then they would meet a strange personality or a strange person, and that person would approach them and ask for a light, for their cigarette, or sit down and start a conversation with them. And then these people would wake up hours later in a different location. And the strangest one, this is something we're going to touch on after Bigfoot Bonanza. The strangest one was this lady that I talked to. She met a gentleman outside a ballroom. She was smoking a cigarette. He asked for a light. She talked with him for a few minutes, and then she didn't remember anything after that. She woke up behind a moving car 5 hours later on the opposite side of town. On the highway, behind the wheel of her car.
That's weird.
That's local. That happened here in New Orleans. She told me over the phone, I'm meeting her this weekend to sit down and look face to face and kind of see her, make sure she's not crazy, but she doesn't sound crazy. And she knows some people that I know, and they say she's not crazy. So I'm going to sit down, but those are the kind of stories that's coming down the pipeline after we get out of the Bigfoot Bonanza. Some insane, crazy type stuff,
Definitely.
We're always down for crazy stuff.
That's real interesting. I mean, missing time is a big thing.
In that instance, it almost sounds like some form of hypnosis.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I mean, and I've been experimenting with hypnosis recently. I have been, so I understand how it works a little bit, and I understand you can lose blocks of your memory because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that it does have one of those types of feels to it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but it's weird that a person can walk up to you, hold a conversation with you. I guess in that case, it knows attempt to hypnotize you, and then you wake up hours later somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's just
That's crazy.
I do it to Rick right now to demonstrate, but he won't let me.
No.
Yeah, that sounds real dangerous.
Yeah, it's real dangerous to get in.
In a bathtub or something.
It takes about 30 seconds to put somebody out if you do it right.
It's real dangerous to get inside my head, people.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let you go and finish your show. I just want to touch base with you, and we'll be talking again soon. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks for going over that evidence.
Hey,
any evidence.
People said they couldn't see it. I watched them. You guys pointed it out clearly.
Yeah, I'm glad to help. We're both real glad to help and point that out. Like I said, if I thought that picture was faked or even a hoax of some sort, I would have said so. And I don't believe it is.
Whether we know the people involved or not, we still would have said it. We don't sugarcoat anything.
When Dark sent me that picture, I didn't know Vault. I hadn't talked to him before.
No, that's true. And we looked at it completely objectively.
We did. All right, Dark. We appreciate everything. We will link you in our description, as always. I actually have you as a featured channel on our channel, so if they come to us, they will see you and go there. So,
sounds good, guys.
I appreciate it, brother. You have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.
Have a good night, man.
All right.
So that was Vault and Dark tonight.
Again, it's a family unit. We are just about to wrap it up. It's been kind of a crazy night here. We have 7 people watching. Wow. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Has Dark heard of any new activity happening at Locket Ranch? I believe that's something that's going to be coming up in the future for Dark.
Yeah, I did. Elisa Lopez, thank you for your comment. Thank you for letting us know that the video and audio are both good. We appreciate it. Sorry.
Absolutely.
We were on the phone. Right now we're at an hour into this live stream. I will ask Dark, and I'm sure he will listen. Heard of any new activity at the Locket Ranch? I know he did just say that he has some more stuff that's going to be coming out with Locket Ranch here soon. We dropped down to 4 watchers real quick.
Sorry, you guys can view it later.
Yeah, it'll be posted on our channel as always. So hopefully Dark will be able to answer if there's any new evidence, new activity happening there. We will be having some new evidence coming my way, by way of Dark from Vault, that next week we will bring up on the show and investigate and look into the pictures.
And we will probably show it because I think we're going to be doing some more of the live.
We're
going to definitely be doing this more.
We're trying to perfect this, and we're sorry about any technical difficulties that y'all have had. Thank you for your commentary. We appreciate it. Please tune in more. Tell your friends to tune in. If they're interested in finding out truths, hearing stories by 2 guys that have nothing to gain from it, we're just here telling people stories, talking about stuff that's happening in the news. We're examining evidence live on YouTube. This is our first time doing it.
But hopefully, we will be doing it more.
We
plan on doing the week in review.
Yeah, that is another thing. That is something we are going to be working on.
Let's plug it shamelessly.
We are going to start working on at least once a week doing a week in review on paranormal news with the 2 of us, maybe more. Going over videos, looking at the evidence in these videos, pictures, anything anybody sends us. Like I said, I will not release any of your information. You can DM me on Twitter. That's MonsterCast RIK or MonsterCast BTAT. I respond to everything said to me on Twitter. I'm pretty sure Brandon does as well. We appreciate all of you that have tuned in to watch us, that will future watch our videos, watch our older videos that we have up. We're not in this for the subs. We're not in this to make money.
Although, if you do want to sub, we're happy to have you.
Please do sub.
Yeah, please do sub.
And I'm not telling you not to sub. Don't unsub.
But that's not why we started.
What I'm saying is we do this because we believe in the truth. We believe in, no matter if it's the truth on that Bigfoot's real, Bigfoot's not real. Ghosts are real, ghosts are not real.
Time travel's real, time travel's not real.
Quantum
physics.
Yes, black-eyed
children.
That's why we do this. We want to know. Specifically to me, when it comes to black-eyed kids, I want to know. because of the experience I had. Sorry, I stopped looking away from the camera. I'm watching myself on camera and getting kind of creeped out because I'm not a pretty guy.
I don't know about that.
I am single,
Hey.
ladies. How you doing?
I am not.
Sorry.
She has to make sure.
There's Danielle. We're going to try to get a little bit more professional with this. Right now, we were thrown into this tonight to do it on ourselves, and
we decided to try the live broadcast on YouTube.
Figured we'd give it a shot. There's a lot more things coming down the pipeline from the MonsterCast boys. Like I said, we're working on a weekly, at least weekly, maybe more than that, depending on my work schedule.
There's some things we can't even talk about.
Yeah, there is a lot of things we can't talk about right now, so I'm sorry to leave you, like, hanging in the balance on it, but you will hear it.
You will know.
It will come out eventually.
Yeah.
This weekly paranormal review, we are gonna, like I said, we're gonna review evidence. So any evidence you see, anything you may see on the internet, send it to me. Send it to Brandon. You can hit us up on Twitter. Link us in, like, tell us on YouTube if you have evidence. I will give you my email address for MonsterCast to be in contact with you.
We want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see evidence. We will look at anything. Well, not anything.
We'll look at almost anything.
But, okay, guys. We have been on for well over an hour.
We usually only do an hour. That's the one beauty of the live stream, though.
That's the one beauty of doing this on our own.
You guys get to listen to us for as long as we decide to talk. And
I can see
sometimes
you slowly,
it's going to be hours.
I can slowly see you starting to stop listening to us. So I'm going to stop rambling. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. We appreciate Dark Waters for everything that he has done for us. We appreciate the Vault Keeper from Vault of Nightmares for everything he's doing for us and coming on and talking to us every week. We appreciate Mr. X Dreams for, I've been in contact with him over the last couple weeks of something we're going to do here in the next couple weeks with him on the show. We're trying to get things set up a little better. Maybe I might start bringing Skype up for calls that might be better for sound. If you have any advice for us on how we can make this better,
improve it
for you guys, because that's what we want to do. We want you guys interested in what we have to say.
Yeah, this is for you. This isn't for us. We're going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
but we're making the video for you.
And it's good to see a fresh perspective from two guys that, I mean, you don't know who we are. You don't. So again, we appreciate it. I'm working on more things to make the show better. So that's really it. I mean, that's it for tonight. We've done the Bigfoot Bananas. Please go subscribe to Dark Waters.
You
go
said Bigfoot Bananas, dude.
Did I?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little hungry.
It's the Bigfoot Bonanza, guys.
Yeah,
hashtag Bigfoot Bonanza. Not bananas.
All right. It apparently cut us off. Oh, nope, it's back. Okay.
That was
weird.
Interesting.
It said I was done.
And
I wasn't done
we
talking. Anyways, okay. So,
shut up, YouTube. You're drunk.
Bigfoot Bonanza. Hashtag. It's all over Twitter. We're doing it on Facebook. Like I said, I'm going to start up an Instagram with any evidence that people are willing. Hey, Supernatural Channel. Hey, thank you so much, Supernatural Channel on Twitter, for listening to us.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that, and all comments are welcome. But we
good, bad, indifferent.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, we do love to hear good.
We love it. We're never gonna get enough.
We really are gonna stop talking now.
We are.
Yes. Tune in next week. We're back on Bigfoot Bonanza. We're actually gonna. We're gonna start working on some more stuff to get the channel a little better. Maybe we'll get a better backdrop. We're working on a microphone to get it to sound better.
We have a microphone. Unfortunately, last week it broke, which was the source of our technical difficulties last week.
Yes. And if anybody has any Bigfoot evidence that they want to send me for me to look at, for us to look at, please do it.
It will be on the show.
I'm going to throw it out there. MonsterCastRick@gmail.com. All right, that's RIK. MonsterCastRick@gmail.com. Send me any evidence you have. We will look over it, and honestly, on the show, we will tell you what we think about it. Whether we feel it's false evidence, whether we feel it is
misidentified,
matrixing, and this is going to go all across. It's not just going to be Bigfoot in the future. We have a lot more coming down the pipe.
If it's not normal and science does not yet have a way to explain it, we will look at it.
Yes, we will. All right, an hour and 20 minutes in. MonsterCast boys out.